What is the most OP beginner build for Mio in Xenoblade Chronicles 3? Mio has naturally high agility, and as such this really plays into our starter class as Zephyr. So Zephyr is the class we choose. Since this is a beginner build, I have a few rules. I have to stick to the 6 starting classes, and I can only use 2 available slots for mastered arts, skills, gems, and accessories. I will be remaking this build for the mid-game and endgame, which will have less rules and restrictions. Please keep in mind that our percents might be different. These change as you make further progress in the game. Our first art for the build is Butterfly Blade. This attack is a low damage art that boosts aggro generated from the art by 70%. This is effectively your aggro pulling ability. Air Feign is a medium damage attack that gets boosted when the enemy you're attacking is targeting you, so make sure you have aggro before using this art. Our third art is Speed Demon. You'll see why this stance is important later, but you gain a 30% evasion boost at the cost of reducing your damage by 15%. This is your tank stance. Since as Zephyr, you're more of an evasion off tank than anything else. Zephyr is also very good at tanking other attacks, so I recommend you focus on holding aggro on other attacking enemy types. Our first mastered art is Crash Out. Crash Out is a pretty strong attack for a tank. It also boosts your aggro generated by the art by 70%, which is exactly what Butterfly Blade does. This means when used in fusion, we get a double ability aggro pull. Our second mastered art is Ground Beat. Ground Beat doesn't have any tank properties, but it does however give us a strong AoE. As a Zephyr, this early in the game we don't have any AoE options, so this gives us one. As for our skills, Stormy Gale boosts agility by 20%, which is our main tanking stat. I'll Defend You gives a 12% chance to prevent attacks on allies within a fixed radius. It's the blue circle around you in battle. Split Second Counter deals 150% of attack damage when you evade attacks. This really helps us out with some damage while in our tanking role. Ether Sanctuary boosts Ether defense by 15%, which is why I mentioned earlier we need to focus on tanking Ether damaging enemies. Our mastered skills are a little limited, but our first one is Defensive Soul to give us a much needed physical defense boost. Fighting Prowess boosts our physical art damage by 40%, which all of our damaging moves are, even as a tank. As I said before, we are a little limited. Our gems are Double Strike and Tailwind. Double Strike gives us a 17% chance to strike twice per auto attack. The Zephyr is a very fast auto attacking class. That plus the fact that you hit twice per auto attack gives us a really good chance to proc this gem. Also keep in mind, most of our abilities charge by auto attack, not by time, giving this gem an added use. Tailwind boosts our agility by 12, and although that does seem a little bit low, this entire kit revolves around our ability to dodge, so it only makes sense that we add a small buff. Our accessories may be very different, but the most important part is you copy the effect. You're looking for an accessory that boosts your agility by a certain percent, mine being 20. And our second accessory is going to be a max HP booster, which mine's 25%. If you have more than one of these, please use the second best accessory since Mio is your off tank. There is another tank in your party that needs the health more than she does. Don't forget to drop a like if you like today's build and consider subscribing. I'll be making Xenoblade 3 content for a while. Might as well come along for the ride.